Hey there, you're watching the Jessa Channel on YouTube. And if you heard that little meh, meh, meh in the background, that was my cat Lila. She's talking to birds. We're here for the final episode of The Sims 2 Let's Play, all expansions and all stuff packs, and I had to, of course, start with our train. The end train heading into the tunnel. Bye! I love the choo-choo train, as you all well know, those of you who've been watching for a while. And to those of you who are new, welcome. We have a lot of fun stuff to do today for the last episode. I have jam-packed it full of interesting things for you. I have actually been working on this episode, the preparation of it, for actually 2 days, 2.5 days now. Just working the kinks out and playtesting and playtesting and playtesting. And making sure everything ran smoothly. So let's hope I did a good job. First thing I wanted to show you was the new dorm lot here. It's been changed around a little bit. The basic structure still stands, but everything else here is all new. And there's a little fireplace over here. I wanted to show you a neat trick. I love the music going on in the background. The music is by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech. There's a link in the description box below. And I just thought we'd start with this kind of cheerful, fun, upbeat music. There's a decoration in the effects tab of neighborhood decorations, and I believe this decoration came with the base game. I am not 100% sure on that though. It's called Rising Smoke. Bum, bum. I love this part. Didn't want to interrupt this music. Yay! Okay, so what I wanted to show you was a neat little trick that I do for making the neighborhood even more animated and interesting. And there's a lot of tricks that I've shown you already. If you want to see those again and you're new to the channel, you haven't seen them yet, it's called the Sims 2 Tutorial Series, and it's available on my channel. Just go over and look at the playlist and you'll see it there. But one of the neat little tricks I showed you there was the way to make chimneys look as if they're sort of smoking a bit. What you do is you take the rising smoke, and it can fit right into lots, which is a neat thing. And you do your best to kind of stick it right where the chimney is. Now, of course, the smoke is bigger than the chimney, so you don't want to look too closely at this effect. I want to get it over a little bit. And then go back to F1, and that's a little bit wonky. But when you scroll back, you'll get a chimney effect. Now, since I don't ever get close enough up like this, not too often, it doesn't usually bother me. If I wanted to mess about with it, like for example, I don't like how it's coming out on the side here, just go in, grab it again. Sometimes takes a little bit of effort to find just the right place where the grab is on this particular thing. There it is. And I might scoot it over a little bit, see if that might be a little better. After you've played with it for a little while, you'll get it to where it looks as natural as you can possibly get it. Let's do another one. Now, this effect does not show up when you are in the lot. It's only in neighborhood view. But as I have said numerous times, getting your Sims 2 neighborhood to look good is, at least to me, it's just, once I discovered what you could do in neighborhood view, and I remember way back in the day, I would post about it in the community, and people just didn't even know that you could do some of these things. Well, you can. Let's do another one over here, and then I'll show you some that I've already put down in the mainland. I noticed that our beautiful castle does not have one, and it actually has 2 chimneys, actually 3 chimneys. 1, 2, and 3. Let's get those going. I'll just do one to represent these 2 because it's such a big plume of smoke. And there have been so many times when I have been scrolling around my hood and being happy with it, And just a little note here, actually a little side note, is that I'm putting this smoke in here. This box actually disappears into the lot. So you better be sure that you want it there, because once you put it there, I don't think you can get it back out again. So be certain if there's nowhere to grab it. I'm certain, let me just double check. I think I'm certain. Yeah, I'm certain that I want it there. So if I go here and then I go back over here to effects, you can see that the lot being here means I can't grab it anymore. That's the only disadvantage of that. This one I can still grab. So that is also a factor over here in this lot, for example. There's a box down here and I could try and fiddle around and grab it, but I don't want to. So that's the only thing. Keep that in mind. Otherwise you'd have to do something tedious like take the lot up and then remove the effect. You could do that as well. You could just grab the lot and then just put it here using the move or rotate lots. I'm sorry, no, this one here. Move to lots and houses bin. So I could do that, move it to the bin, take the effect out, and then put it back down. But if you really messed up and wanted to change it. So you can see here that it's coming out here. There's also one over here at the Easter house as well too. And the reason why I really wanted to put one in our new dorm is that when we're playing the dorm, this fireplace actually shows up. Chimneys actually smoke in the lot view, not because of this neighborhood decoration I put down, just because of effect that is added to any chimney, in case you didn't know that. So let's head on into this lot now that I've shown you that neat little neighborhood trick. And all of the work that you do for making your neighborhood look more alive is just, it's well worth it. And I found myself really missing my neighborhood view, even though The Sims 4 has so much, you know, better graphics, I guess you could say. I still feel like this looks really good to me. So let's head on into the lot and I'm going to show you all about how we are running the main hood, university in our main hood. In other words, I have a lot of mods in, several mods in I should say, that allow me to make this dorm actually work like a university dorm, even though we're not in a university hood. The students are going to class, they're taking their finals, and everything's working. So I'm going to show you how I did it. Here we are, all ready to go. And like I said, I have worked really hard on trying to make this as playable an experience as possible, since this is a lot that I've just recently finished, and so playtesting is so important to making sure it runs well, particularly when you're planning on recording it and putting it on YouTube. So, it's dark out, so you may not be able to see as well as in the daytime, but what the heck, that's what lights are for. Plus, it's nice to see the lot at night. It's about 5 a.m. and let me give you the overview. Many of you shared with me the wondering and the request that I put both bathrooms on the same floor when we were doing the build decorating portion of this lot, and you were absolutely correct. And I thought about it and I thought, why the heck was I doing that? Where I had the guys' bathroom on one floor and the girls, I don't even understand what that was about. So I took your wise and sage advice and put the bathrooms on both floors. This is the gentleman's bathroom. Very simple. They have these little shower stalls. When I was putting these shower stalls down, I thought, there's no way I would ever shower like that with my bottom sticking out, but heck, it's dorm living. One of the ways in which I assure that this bathroom is only used by the male Sims is using SimLogical security token. I have it set to ban females here, and then I set the access to any non-banned. Actually, I have it currently set to non-banned plus named. That means basically that I want it to ban all females But I want to actually allow a certain person in. So, and I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, but we're going to see. I put Amelia Barrington here. So it should allow Amelia in, except because she's on the named list, and anybody who is not banned, in other words, males. So we'll see if that works, if she can get in here and clean, and that's why I did that. Okay, over here is the ladies' bathroom. Same utilitarian showers. This floor tile floor aspect here is from Simgadons. It's a little bathroom mat. I use that quite a lot actually in my bathrooms. It's a neat thing, as well as this wall decoration. The other thing that I did to assure that the Sims only use this bathroom, the only Sims I want to, is using this toilet paper roll is actually a mod. It's called Bathroom Uses You. It's Macrotastics. It's part of the Macrotastics set. Macros are basically ways in which you have your Sims do what they're supposed to do when you want them to do them. It basically makes your Sims smarter. And they are all by Pescado at More Awesome Than You. More Awesome Than You. And I'm not being offensive to you. That's the name of the site. When you click on it, you can configure it and you can tell it to reject males, which I've done. That's why it says use. If I click use, it'll stop rejecting males. Let me show you what I mean here. Females reject. So I have it currently set not to reject females, so that's why that's there. Anyway, you click on that and it would start rejecting females. Then, of course, no one could use the bathroom because they are either, in the Sims, they are either male or female. Not in life, but in the Sims, yes. So, this is the living room area here. There are 2 mods here that I will be showing you later. This set of books is a mod, and this set of phone books is a mod as well, too. Some of the students have been reading and not putting their books away. I love this couch set here. I told you about this in a previous episode. It's the Annie Modular Sofa Set. You can get it at Mod The Sims, and it's by Blake Boy. The other thing I did was using the autonomy controller that's available at More Awesome Than You. I made it so that they cannot autonomously use this bar because they were choosing to go and get a drink instead of actually eating. They were seeing this as food, so they were choosing to go get a drink. Over here in the kitchen, I have another bookshelf, and the students will sit here at the table and do their reading there, which is really fun. I have a clock here. This is by Adele. It's the Antique Wall Clock by Adele. And I only use clocks that are working clocks in the game, meaning, as you can see there, the clock actually moves, showing you what time it is. And I love those clocks. And there's actually some vanilla ones out. There's one upstairs I'll show you. So that's the upstairs. I mean the downstairs. Here's the upstairs. I had a mahjong table in here, but I realized that it's better for them to have some way to build their logic on the, since this is supposed to be a study place, a place of study and education. One tile piano. I love this piano, and Pevensy, who you'll meet in a little bit, has been playing the heck out of this piano. She loves it. And it is by, it's called One Tile Base Game Piano. It's by 9th Wave Sims. He has a blog. I recommend you go there. He also has his stuff over at TSR, but he has a blog, or at least he did the last time I checked a few years back. I have taken out the bunk beds because, unfortunately, I finally pinned down there was a problem with the top bunk of the Grand Trianon bunk beds. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So I love these bunk beds because they're actually animated, and they're the only bunk beds I've ever found that are actually animated, in which the Sims really do climb up the stairs and all of that. But this bunk bed, what happens is that if a Sim is sleeping in the bunk bed and they have something in their queue, like to go to the bathroom or to do whatever else you've queued up for them to do, and they get out of the top bunk, they will error out and the bunk bed will start flashing blue. If they don't have something in their queue, then it doesn't happen. Well, this is a problem because with my Sims, they're always queued up using macrotastics. When they're set to go to bed, they're queued up here, as you can see up here with Adele, with Nadel, that they're queued up to go to the bathroom afterwards. And so that was a problem, and my Sims were erroring out, and I finally figured out what the problem was, but I don't know how to fix it. And that mod, these beds, bunk beds, were made early on, and in 2006 and 2007. So there are a lot of expansion packs that came out after that. And I have a feeling that they just never got updated. So if you're using those beds and you're having that problem, there you go. That's why. I just realized that this bed here is the wrong color. I wanted it to be brown. That's gray. That's gray. That's kind of what I'm looking for, but there's a different brown in here. That's not the one. I think that's the one. Getting the right color is very important. There we go. And you can see, I don't know if you know this trick. Let me just show you this real quick. If you want to see what it looks like when a Sim's underneath the covers, you just use the recolor tool here and hover it over the bed. That's what it looks like. Isn't that uncomfortable? Look at that. It's because the animators, you know, didn't see any point in animating the Sim underneath the covers. So that's what a Sim looks like under the blanket. And yes, you can do this when they're woohooing, but only if you want nightmares. It's not good. But I bet you that many of you are now going to go make your Sims woohoo and then use the recolor tool on it and see what's happening when they're doing it, and you're going to be shocked. It's not pretty. It is not what the good Lord intended, that's for sure. So these are ready here. I only have 2 desks in just to make more room to put another bed in, but also I realized that there's never a time when all 3 Sims are in here using the desk, so there's no need to have all 3 of them. Over here, there is a little door leading out to a small balcony with a exercise machine here for the guys and an easel here for the women. And any of the students can use these balconies. Once again, the little desks here. So we have room for 1 more student on this lot. And then after that, I'll have to get creative in how I'm going to add beds. I could probably just... I don't know how I could do it in this room. I'd have to get creative, like I said, and figure out how I could get another bed in there. I might have to start using another type of bunk bed that doesn't have animations and the Sim just sort of pops into bed and pops out, which I don't want, but if I needed to, I would. Okay, so that is this floor here. And this is the study room. Forgot to show you this over here. Along with some bulletin boards here. And the Sims will use this set of books here is a bookshelf, a working bookshelf. So they will go to college, they will do research and that kind of stuff. There's also a little globe over here and a working clock. This is a Maxis clock. I think it came with free time. Free time or pets, one of those 2. Over here is the fireplace along with the chimney, along with the, you can just see it there rising in this, is animated smoke. You can see it in the dark there. But yeah, it's rising from the chimney, so that's why I really wanted to make sure that there was also a hood version of that smoke coming out. And then up here, I have the dorm keeper's room along with the wrong flooring. Let me change that real quick. In this room, it's this flooring, and in the bathroom, it is that flooring. There we go. That got changed when I was working on the roof and how I wanted the roof to be. So, this is her room here, Amelia's room, and it's nice, very nice, including these lovely bird pictures here. And another one here. And she's sleeping. Over here is her journal. It's also a little mod. It's by, I think, Huge Lunatic, if I'm not mistaken. It's from Mod The Sims. And it allows you to write a book without a computer. So if you have a historical game, there are many historical simmers over at Plum Bob Keep. It's a forum. Google it. And you can find all kinds of people who are interested in medieval games and have gone to great lengths to make really cool historical games. But one of the difficulties with The Sims is how, modern it is if you want to do a historical game. So this allows you to write a novel and sell it and everything, just like usual, except using a manuscript. It's really neat. Over here is her bathroom, and I wanted to also show you. She has some beautiful perfume bottles here from her grandmother. Look at those. So these are by Adele. They come in one of her, let's see if it says here which sets it comes from. No, it does not. Tray of perfumes, that's all it is. It comes in one of her sets, which is available at Mod The Sims. So basically, I recommend you go over there, download everything she's ever made, and you'll eventually get this item. But yeah, I love this item. I love it. And eventually, I'm going to have a store which sells, like, either clothing or it'll probably be a fashion store. And I'll sell these as well, too, because they're just so beautiful. They have 2 different colors as well, too. Brown and blue. So that's the dorm already, the inside of the dorm here. I'll wait and show you the outside when it's daytime. Let's start the clock running. I'm going to speed up time here because Amelia gets up at 6 a.m. So she'll be waking up in just a minute. Yep. So she will dive out of bed and go and do her business, which we will, like the peeping toms that we are, we will look and watch. And also, there's a sign here. This, in my imagination, is a sign that tells you the name of the school in Simlish. Good job washing your hands. Okay, and then she's going to make her bed. And I realize that the reason why my Sims are making their beds that way is because I have a mod in that allows Sims to use beds even if they are inaccessible. Like, even if there's a wall right here against this bed, the Sims can still get in it. They can kind of teleport over. And I think that's what's causing them to make the bed when they're not near the bed. It's a little peculiarity. Peculiarity. But anyway, it doesn't bother me enough to take that mod out because the mod is so helpful. Okay, so Amelia, what she does in the morning is the first thing she does is serve up breakfast. Today we're going to have fried eggs and bacon. Just a little trick here. You can right-click on your Sim's portrait or on their little icon here, and you'll be in following the Sim mode. As you can see, the camera is following her, and I'm not moving the camera, as you can see here. Right-clicking on that, and you can tell that you're in that mode because there's a little yellow icon right down here on the Sim and on their portrait, and that means we are in follow mode, following the Sim. If you move your camera anywhere, you'll automatically go out of follow mode, like so. Okay, look at that. Little bacon, little eggs, little salt and pepper. This is, custom food is done really well. Oh, watch out for your finger, pumpkin. Really well meshed. Oops. Food disappeared. I want some eggs and bacon now. Do you ever do that where you're playing The Sims and you watch what they're making and all of a sudden you really want it? And it's really well meshed except for this little part here. There's some toast magically sticking out of the, the pan. A minor thing. And then it makes this delicious plate of food. Where she's going to grab a plate, and then I'm going to call to meal, and I'm going to call the household to meal. Now, in the morning, is everybody up? Anybody up? Who's up? Pevensy's up. Where are you, Pevensy? Oh, I see. Well, we'll just leave you to your business. Morning, Pevensy. Don't you love her? I love her name. I just love it. It just came to me. I've never even heard it as a name before, but I just liked it, so I did it. I did it. Okay, Pevensey, it's time to eat. Are you hungry? Probably not, but eat anyway. Oh, and Pevensey, I just realized that you just went over to that bar. I thought I had set it the autonomy, but in all the play testing I did, let's see. I'm going to click on make a drink. This is a good opportunity for you guys to see how to set autonomy for a single object. So I have her set to to make a drink. It's in her queue. This is Amelia. Whatever is in the Sims queue that they are doing, the first item in the queue, is what you can then ban them from doing autonomously. It's a mod by Pescado. It came out in the late part of the Sims 2 development cycle, so not a lot of people talk about it a lot. I think maybe it got kind of missed as it came out so late when a lot of people had stopped playing. I think it's the most fantastic thing in the freaking world. And the reason why is because you can make it so that if a Sim is always using something, for example, and you want them to stop and do something else, you know how Sims become obsessed with an object. You can make it so that just that object is they no longer have autonomy. They can't use it autonomously. The neat thing about it is that you can do it by Sim. Just this Sim cannot use this object. By family, just this family can't. By this lot, everyone on this lot cannot use this object. Or global, everyone in the hood cannot autonomously use this object. Now that doesn't mean they cannot use the object. You can still direct them to use the object. But autonomously they cannot go over and get a drink every 5 seconds just because they are hungry mildly or whatever. So we're going to do this for this lot. Like for example, if I want a guest to still be able to use it but not family, I could do it that way. But for this lot, what you do is you click on proscription, and then you choose this bar. You can choose it by category, meaning everything that's in the bar category will not be used. I don't really want that. I'm going to use it by GUID, which basically is the ID used to identify this object in when you're creating objects. So it means basically just this bar, just this bar type, basically. Let me show you what I mean by GUID. So it means all quadro bar items have been proscribed, meaning that they will not be used anymore. And it works wonderfully. I've never had a problem with it ever. One works as usual. Pescado's mods are extremely well done. So over here in the buy mode here's the quadro bar. If I put down another recolor of the quadro bar, like say this one, they still won't be able to use it. So all quadro bars are now, for everyone on this lot, they cannot use it autonomously. Really helpful. The other neat thing about the autonomy mod is it has free will on it. So if you're working on a Sim and you're doing something with them, like trying to change their clothes or do their hair or whatever, and you need them to just stand still for a freaking moment and not mess about, you can turn off free will just for that Sim. That's a fantastic part of it. The other thing is that you can make it even more complicated. You could say, I want to make this bar unusable by everyone on this lot except for Pevensey. She can use it. So what you would do is you would make it a proscription for all this lot, as I've just done. And then you would click on Pevensey and tell her to use the bar. And then now that it's in her queue to use it, you could say, make an exemption. I'll show you what I mean. I'm back to Amelia. So I want everyone in this lot to use this bar, not to use this bar, except for Amelia. So I click on this, and it's still in her queue, so I'm going to click on her now. Click on autonomy. Click add for personal, and then add an exemption by GUID. In other words, that means that for this bar, I can use it. Everyone else can't. I can get drunk all day long. No one else can. So that's basically how that works. I do not want to do that, so I'm going to cancel out of that. So I'm going to cancel this as well too. And the next thing that Amelia does is she does the cleaning. She's also going to do some gardening as well too, and I'll show you the gardening when she gets to doing that. So she's now stopped doing that, and she's going to start cleaning, and Pevensy's going to have her breakfast. All the Sims have different wake-up times based upon their personalities and class times and whatnot. You can see, once again, that this is a working dorm. All of the students are actually young adults, real young adults. You can see it right down here. This is Cheek. He has 72 hours until his final exam for his first semester. And they're all set the same. 72 hours. 72 hours. She has 70 hours. And 72 hours. And the reason why she has 72 hours is because I was playtesting something. I'll just reset her. Let me see if I can just reset her timer real fast. Set her semester to 1. There we go. And that should reset her timer. Yeah, 72. Okay, so I'll show you what that was that I just clicked on later on. So she's cleaning, she's doing her thing. So Pevensy is going to go upstairs, and I can see from Pevensy's wants, she, for as long as I've been playtesting this lot, she hasn't pulled up any academic wants at all. All she likes to do is play the piano, play pool. She will go to class, and today you can see the students all have the same class. They're all undeclared. So they are going to class from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And when that comes up, you'll see that. She has been doing some academic stuff. Actually, she has not. Colin has done it a little bit. You can see his bar is a little bit red there. So has Nadell. And Cheek has actually got the strongest academic score here. When your academic bar gets all the way to the top, you are qualified for the Dean's List, I believe is how it works. And this is basically your class performance meter. So there's Amelia running around doing things and also getting something to eat again. I'm going to go upstairs, see what's going on. There's Colin. So here's Colin, and he's the orphan. Not say the orphan, but unfortunately he was orphaned and he lived in the orphanage, which was over at the mainland across the way. Way over there in the distance. And he got scholarships to allow him to go to college. Unfortunately, no one ever adopted him, which was very sad. So I see him as a guy who's, I don't know, he's pretty sad. He wants to, sometimes he's sad, I should say. But he really wants to improve his life. All of his wants are about gaining, except for this go fishing one, are about getting better and whatnot in school and that sort of thing. He wants to go to class. He wants to do research with somebody, and he wants to declare the physics major. Pevensy doesn't even want to declare a major. She doesn't even care. Nadell wants to declare the biology major. She wants to get a gold sales talent badge, a silver flower arranging talent badge, and she wants to earn some money as well too. Cheek wants to declare the drama major. He also wants to go fishing. He wants to be friends with Amelia, and he wants to catch a golden trout. I'm gonna lock that want. He's been hanging out over here and painting on this great easel that I have, which is a modded easel from Forever Sim Fantasy, which has its own custom paintings in it. I really like it, complete with frames. Fantastic mod. Anyway, so everybody's hanging out, but I'm going to have Colin do some work here. And he wants to do research with somebody, so I'll have him do research with Pevensy. Go over to college, click research. Nadell is the last one up. She's late sleeper. I'm going to also take this off the screen. Nadell will automatically go to the bathroom, as all of the students will automatically do the minute they wake up, they go to the bathroom. That is part of macrotastics. Good job, Nadell. Oh, Postman's here. Hi, Lex. How you doing? This is Lex Hennessy, the postman for the mainland and for Acanthop Isle. And also, if Amelia wasn't busy. Oh, she isn't. Good. Hey, Amelia, get over here. I'm going to teleport her just to save time so that she doesn't, he doesn't walk away before she gets over here. And I'm going to have her greet Trig Fowler and then chat with him for a while to get to know him. I'm going to do 2 chats for him, And then I'm going to ask him to leave, just because she has other things to do. But I want her to meet him because he is the new single sim in town, and so is she. So maybe there might be a little love. Who knows? I don't know if she's interested in him or not. Trig's hard to match. She hasn't been interested in anyone. Anyway, I'll leave them. Oh, so he's automatically talking about college stuff here. That's cool. Maybe he's talking about asking her how it's going as the new dorm keeper. Oh, look at this mess. Girl! Damn! You've made quite a mess there. The swimming pool is that way. Goodness. She's overheated. I know how that feels. I get like that after a shower too. Use a Kleenex, Pumpkin. And she gets something to eat. So... Oh, Colin should be doing research now. Good. And I'm gonna... Oh, and there's Pevensey playing the piano. You can't hear anything because I have the sound effects turned down just to keep it... be mindful of the background. But if I turn sound effects up, we should be able to hear her. Or not. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's try music. I might have to restart her. Nope. Oh well, you guys will just have to imagine the piano music, the delicate strains of beautiful music that are coming out of the piano. I could stop her and start her again, and then you would hear it, but I'm not gonna bother. Plus, I want Colin to click on her and have her do some research. Pevensey. Her name is Pevensey Stone. Ask to join group research, so she will stop playing. Good job, Pevensey. She loves that piano. I've never seen anyone else play it but her. I also love her hair. It's not like her hair is like the best thing in the world. Look at that. That hair is fantastically done. It's actually a pretty new hair that I found recently. Look at her face. She doesn't like studying. Oh, okay, so those two are busy doing their thing. I'm gonna go find Amelia. And Amelia, hey, you know what? It's time for you to do a little bit more cleaning and do the beds. And then I would like you to pay the bills. And oh, I need to put a table down. Let's go into buy mode here. There's a little table that I'm thinking of that's perfect for this entryway here for her to put the mail on and the newspaper when she brings it in and all that. There's a little, I love little tiny tables. This is part of the Craftsman set. It's really neat. Let me see if this is what I want. Do I want that there? Oh, that does fit quite nicely. That's not what I was going for, but I think I might take it. That's nice. Let's see what recolors there are for this. There's a dark or a white. The white looks a little blown out under the light, so I'm going to go for a dark. Okay. That's very nice. Okay, so I'm also going to have her pay the bills. I'll have her get the mail. How about that? After she cleans, she'll get the mail. Look at that mess. You should have a word with Nadell. Nadell did that. She's totally guilty. Nadell's the one who did all that. All right. So Nadell sat down to read here. And I'm going to have her... I'm pretty sure they already did their yeah, they did. They already did their... some of them did their papers, their term papers. Pevensey did not do hers. So you can see in college it says write term paper. And if you do that once per semester, it raises your registrar. But I tend to raises your grade. I mean, but I tend to go by whether they want to do it. It's much better to play college following the students' wants. Some students really want to excel. Other students don't really give a big hoot. And so not everyone needs to be an A student in that way. This episode is presented in parts. To see the next part, click on the next annotation in the top right corner of the video. If the next part has not been uploaded yet, it will be tomorrow. So if you want to see it, subscribe.
Get every new Jessa Channel video right in your email inbox. Subscribe, then from your YouTube homepage, click Manage Subscriptions, then check Email with new uploads. And thanks for watching.